Good evening. The time is 11:51 p.m. Now 11:52 p.m. The date today is the 21st of February 2020. In numerics alone, that is 21/2/2020. 21st of January 2020. The day today is Friday. In Hebrew Iconology T993, if the soul is born to a male on Friday, it's Kofi. If the soul is born to a female on Friday, she's Ifia, like my daughter. Ifia. The characteristics of the Friday soul is said to be creative, adventurous, and innovative. Creative, adventurous, and innovative. My name is Kojo. It means I'm a Monday born, a Mon born. Why? Because the word day appears 7 times. It's insignificant. The real name of the day is sun. It is the sun's day. The real name of the day is moon, cut short to mon, because it is the moon's day. Amon, yeah? So I'm a Monday born. If I was a female, I'd be called Adowa, the dance of grace. Our soul's characteristics is Bajo, the calm and peaceful seed, the calm and peaceful child. I have come today to seek counsel from Kofi and Ifia, creative, adventurous, and innovative, to help me explain why Ghana is a failure and why Ghana would always be a failure unless they understand me. There are many books in this world, but there's only one book, that's the bestseller in Ghana. In all its copies, is the Bible. It is also the bestseller all around the world. Perhaps, there's a secret. And I know what the secret is because you see, there are many quotes from many books around the world. And since the Bible is Ghana's favorite book, is it a wonder that the people of Ghana are suffering? No. Why? Because they read the book, but they do not listen to the book. Because they read the book, but they do not understand the book. In the Bible, I'll give you the first quote. Since it comes from the Bible, it means it's the most popular quote, and it should be. He said, "For the lack of knowledge, my people perish." For the lack of knowledge, my people perish. Why? Right now, there's a Ghanaian telling me exactly what part of the Bible that quote is. They know. They know of head. But do they understand what this part of the Bible is saying? Let me give you a little reader so you get a good understanding. The New King James Version. "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you from being priests for me. Because you have forgotten the law of your God, I will also forget your children." This speaks of generational curse. What the forefathers, rejected, therefore did not carry on teaching, Therefore, because they did not carry on teaching, their children were lacking it. So they perished as their forefathers who let go of it. That's the basic translation of that. So, for the lack of knowledge, my people perish. So, first you have to understand the word knowledge. You acquire knowledge. Knowledge says in the dictionary, you acquire me through experience or education. So, it's either Ghanaians, do not have education that is good enough to acquire knowledge, or Ghanaians don't have experience that is good enough to acquire knowledge. Because knowledge says I have two routes: experience or education. Experience or education. So why were his people suffering for the lack of knowledge? Why were they dying because of knowledge? Because why? Why? I'll give you a good example in Ghana here. Ghana has good land for planting food. For planting food. But Ghanaians are hungry. Some Ghanaian kids will go to bed without food. But we have land that sustains all types. So what is the problem? The problem is not that we are have-nots. We have. The problem is we lack the knowledge, the farming knowledge that will help us to maximize the yield of every crop we grow in Ghana so it can be abundant for us to give to ourselves and export to make money. We lack that knowledge. In England, where they have land, but the land can only sustain a very little variety of crops because it's wet, it's cold. The four elements, sun, air, water, and earth, they don't meet very well. One is too dominant. The cold water is too dominant. But in Africa, the whole of Africa, including Ghana, the sun's right, the air's right, the earth is right, the water's right, until we poison it. For example, he said, for the lack of knowledge, my people perish. Do you know how much chocolate is eaten around the world? That if you're a country who only grows cocoa, you should be known around the world and celebrated around the world. Why? Because everyone is addicted to chocolate. Especially the nations who don't have the ability to grow cocoa. So what is Ghana's problem? They're not have-nots. They are haves. They have cocoa. So why is it that children in Ghana, can hardly afford to buy chocolate when children in England who are have-nots can buy all the chocolate? It's because, listen, Ghanaians do not have the knowledge, to take the cocoa from raw, process it through all the processing parts to the end part to deliver us chocolate in many varieties. We do not have the knowledge of how to build that industry. So, get this, why are our cocoa farmers not lavishing since so much of their cocoa is eaten? It's because, get this, the lack of knowledge has meant they grow the raw product. They suffer and toil to get the raw product. And the have-nots will come in, and take it for nothing. Because the cocoa farmers could not afford, to fight. Why? Because if they leave the cocoa there, it will rot. It will rot. And their government, is lacking the knowledge to give them, the processes which they can use to process their cocoa into a powder form which will stay longer. Therefore, they can afford to sit down and bargain for their cocoa powder. You understand what I'm saying? But get this. If they put the cocoa through a process to take it away from raw into a processed state, it increases the value of the cocoa. Why? Because more work has been added. But although it increases the price of the cocoa in Ghana for the big players, it actually decreases the price for the consumer. Why? Because you see this process, normally they take it and they do it in their places where labor costs more. So they add that labor onto the price that you eat. But if that process was now well managed in Ghana and done here, the price, the heaviest price, will only go onto the manufacturers. But get this, it will still be, like a needle in a haystack, because it's African prices, it's African wages, it's cedis and naira. Check it against the pound. If you were to pay someone, if you were to pay someone £1 an hour, they'll step on your head and they'll do you for human rights abuse. But if you were to pay someone, 6 cedis an hour, they'll be very grateful. But 6 cedis is still less than the current exchange rate of a pound. My people are lacking the knowledge, to make themselves the most loved people on the face of this planet. Why? They can install practices that shows the world that they're looking to get the sweetness to you, but they don't want you to be overcharged. But in so doing, cocoa farmers can start seeing the benefits of putting a smile on the face of babies, kids, children, teenagers, moms, dads, girlfriends, boyfriends, grandma, granddad, great-grandma, great-granddads. Cocoa farmers touch all these genres, all these demographics. But the cocoa farmer in Ghana doesn't see anything. When you touch so many demographics, when your product, is suitable, when you only make shoes for adults, or when you only make shoes for children, or when you have to make different size shoes for different size people, it's difficult. But when you make one product that anyone can touch and it will fit, like chocolate. You should be lavishing in it. So why are Ghanaians not lavishing in it? Lack of knowledge? I'll give you another example. Ghanaians are saying we need roads. Come and build a road. So come election time, every government has done this. A year to election, they bring the graders and they level the roads so the voters can see. And then they go on TV and start proclaiming, we're doing the Mir Aburi Road. They're always doing the road that you don't live on. They're never doing your road, but they're always going to come and do your road. Government after government, yeah? Same. But when they finally do come and do the road, what do? They come and they level the ground. They put the rollers on it. They put coal tar on it. They put the stones in it. And it's beautiful. 3 months later, that road that cost Ghana, yeah, £1 million to build is developing potholes. Does Ghana need roads? No. What is a road? Yeah? Does Ghana need roads? That's the question. No. So now it raises the question, what is a road? A road is a piece of land which you designate as a path for either human beings or cars or vehicles or anything. That's a road. So if you have a piece of land, yeah, that you can designate for that purpose, then you have roads. But now, how that road makes, yeah, the lives of your inhabitants, yeah, how it makes their lives comfortable, that, yeah, is not just a road. So we have roads, but they're not roads worth driving or walking on. Why? Because we're lacking the knowledge of road building. So we're not lacking roads. We have roads. But the roads we have, they're not worth driving on. When you go and you pay, yeah, for your cars on roadworthy, I asked the question the other time and they looked at me funny. And they must have looked at me like I was rude, but I made it into a joke. I said, I'm paying my roadworthy to show that my car is worthy for the road. But who's paying the roadworthy to me to make sure that the road is worthy for my car? Ghanaians don't need roads. They need knowledge of road building. Knowledge of road building. Does such a thing exist? Yes. The Americans have it. You don't go to America and suffer from potholes. Why? They have knowledge of road building. The British have it. You don't go to Britain and suffer from potholes. And in fact, if they made a road and if the road developed a pothole, yeah, or started developing potholes in less than 5 years, yeah, or 10 years, yeah, I'm telling you that contractor, yeah, will have to be, he'll do a refund. Jail could be possible. A jail term could be possible. So they don't have that. Because their contractors that they contract out to build their roads have knowledge of road building. So what happens when you don't have knowledge of road building, when you're lacking it? Your people die on your roads. Your people die on your roads. Like Ghanaian people die on Ghanaian roads. The people that built the roads were lacking knowledge. They were not knowledgeable people. They didn't know how to build a road and have that road last for at least 10 years without giving potholes. Jesus is right. When you're lacking knowledge, you will perish. When you reject knowledge, the benefits of having knowledge will also reject you. Ghanaians are dying up and down our roads. When you get into a trotro from Ashaman to Kotobabi, 50-50. If you carry on from Kotobabi, yeah, to Circle, yeah, from Kotobabi to Circle on Spinkters Road, now it's 70-30. 30 you may live. Why? You could be driving, yeah, in your lane, coming, in your lane, and you're going to see a tipper truck avoiding a manhole. directly in front of you. A manhole. A manhole. They don't have knowledge of road building. So the roads they're built by people who just want to get paid and don't care about the consequences of their lack of knowledge, that our kids will perish. Let me give you another example. Ghana has timber, not just one, many types of timber. Some of them, so valuable that they should be making Ghana rich. Like the 32,000 species of rose trees, different rose trees for all the scented whatever in the world and the health benefits of it. So it's not that Ghana doesn't have timber. Ghana has timber in all sorts, including the medicinal type. So why is Ghana not benefiting from it? They lack the knowledge to treat timber. You see, they cut the raw timber. And because they lack the knowledge to treat it, they sell it cheap. And he who buys it, has acquired the knowledge to treat the timber. And they'll go and treat the timber, doubling its price, sometimes quadrupling it. They'll make beautiful furnitures from these same wood. And then Ghanaians will then go and buy them, pay shipping fee, and bring those furnitures back to their houses and their offices at exponential prices. Why? It's because Ghana as a whole is lacking the knowledge, of how to treat timber, how to make proper, like you want to buy a proper kitchen worktop, you have to go and buy Western ones. The Ghanaian ones, they come apart when they touch water. Why? They don't take into consideration, listen, that a kitchen implement is going to come with water. So if you're making a wood, something woody, and you're going to use it on somewhere with water, then you need to treat it with the right glues, with the right amount of heat to compress them, to make them hard, to seal them, and how to make the thing good. They're lacking these knowledge, and they're lacking the materials and the tools and the support of their government. So get this, Ghanaian carpenters, their work is expensive. Why? Because the foreigners, are willing to pay a lot, but it's not that much. We're not charging them the right prices, but even charging them the wrong prices, because they're coming in with foreign currency and the Ghanaian currency is so low. It is expensive for the locals to compete with them, but cheap for them. So the locals are buying and it's expensive, but the locals are lacking the right tools, the right glues. Those are expensive. Those are foreign bought. They're brought in from foreign, but we can make these things here. We have all those things here. We have all the enzymes, all the trees you need to make glues. Listen, Ghanaians can be loved for this one purpose only. We get our own timber. We treat it into all types of wood that is required. The foreigners, they come and they buy it already made. But knowing the standard, is right. It meets all EU standards, all American standards, everything standards. When you use it, you'll get what you want from it. But get this, it will still be cheaper, than when the wood is taken to theirs and processed there. Why? Because again, like I told you, try paying someone £1 an hour. They will stamp on your head. But if you pay someone 6 cedis an hour, they'll be grateful. But 6 cedis is still less than £1. So with about 2-3 processes added, each process provides jobs for Ghanaians. But in providing jobs for Ghanaians automatically tell the world market that we are thinking of you. We are thinking of you. These are the prices they get it for. You can come and get it yourself. Why not? If you're building a house and you're ordering a good amount, it doesn't cost that much, trust me, to ship you a container's worth of every type of wood and every cut and every shape you want to the exact measurements. This is the problem with Ghanaians. When they make tables, they're not accurate. You put a marble on them and they'll roll. Or if they even if they don't roll, you will notice bubbles on whatever they used to lay on it. You can't ship that. You can't export that. Even the locals don't want it. So what is the problem? They're lacking the knowledge of how to work with wood properly. Listen, I used to work in B&Q and I was trained on a big hacksaw. I'll cut any board into any shape you want, any sizes you want. I'd calculate it myself. I'd take the tape measure it, cut, do all your cuts for you. One of the things I was trained to do was how to be efficient in saving the customer. So some customer might buy a whole big plywood, but only needs a few cuts. You need to cut it in such a way that whatever's remaining, is still usable for something. Ghanaians don't know that. Even in the tailoring industry, they'll waste most of your materials. They don't know how to be efficient. But this is all as a lack of knowledge. As a lack of knowledge. Just like Jesus Christ says, and Ghanaians are perishing from it. Fishing. Fishing. Ghana, our waters, it's not like the Gulf of Guinea. It's not like any waters in the world. It holds, the right balance for life. What is life? Forget what anyone tells you. Let me show you. You're 20% earth, scientific, 80% water, scientific. The time is 12:20. 1220 2020. The date. 12:21. 1221. Air. Absolute to you. Scientific. The sun for photosynthesis growth. Scientific. You see, where these 4 elements meet and where they meet at their best, the Egyptians will call that area the pyramid of life, where the 4 elements that make up life meet the best. You see, Ghana, we have a rainforest. You cannot have a rainforest, if life is not rich. It means Where there's a rainforest, there's a pyramid of life. Just being in that area heals you. It means you breathe more oxygen, more cleaner air, because that's the tree's job, to suck in the filth. And if there are more trees in an area, it means that area is really clean, because the trees are surviving and thriving because they're able to handle the amount of carbon dioxide that comes into that area. Not much. Our seas, yeah, they're full of life, but not one type. Many types. All good for whatever it is that they're good for in your bodies. The oily ones, the fibery ones, the cleansing ones, the whatever. Yeah? Our forest, full of life, crabs, snails, you name it. Our water's full of it. Listen, we have it. So why do we import so much fish from China and other countries? And why are their fishes more cheaper than ours? Ghana has 253 miles, yeah, of beachland. And up to 200 miles in front of them is theirs. Yet we have the Chinese in there, taking our fish and selling it back to us for cheap. Killing our fishing industries. But why can't our own fishing industries sustain us? Lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. They need to get together. Yeah? They need to get together. Get one market. Yeah? Process the fish. Every morning. Consistent. Yeah? Get solar panels in. Start working with the elements to make sure that Dumso does not affect this processing factory. Process the fish. Get a consortium together. Everyone's catch comes in, is weighed, is gone, is separated. Well, this catch goes here, this catch goes here. Tuna is made into tuna. Sardine is made into sardine. Here. Ghana made products. But get this. The process is so nicely done. Ghana is fed and we export some. Because they know how fresh our waters are. They know that our waters are connected to life itself, the 4 elements. These are the type of foods you want. Instead, Ghanaians are eating bare tin sardines, laced with poison and cancer. When Ghana is more than capable of making sardines, yeah, stored into glass jars. Beautiful, you can see what you're buying. Beautiful. Ghanaians don't like scales on their meat, on their fish. They'll clean all the sardines, even though they're small. But because of hunger, they eat it like that. Ghanaians are buying fish, yeah, tilapia from the Chinese, because they love tilapia. But we have now, yeah, the river now, yeah, tilapia here, because we are Egyptians and we brought them along. And our waters are laced with it. And we all know their benefits. If they're grown in clean waters, now we're eating farm tilapia, fed with bullshit. You'll see a massive tilapia, big. It's only 2-3 weeks old. And it's been fed with bullshit. There's no health qualities in there. And Ghanaians know this. That's why the people of Teshi and Nungwa, they're next to the sea. And they know good fish. When you go there, you hardly see tilapia grillers. They just stick with what comes in fresh. Let me tell you, if you're a tourist, yeah, I'm going to tell you where to eat. Yeah, go to Nungwa, yeah, and go to Teshi. Do you know why? It may look by the side of the road and it may not look appetizing, yeah? But let me tell you something, yeah? That's what fresh food is about. Literally, the guys go on the sea and they bring it in the morning. These ladies go and grab it, put it on ice and wait for the evening and start. So every fish on the top of the thing, yeah, is fresh. And the funny thing is, yeah, they don't season it with salt because it came straight from the salt water, and the salt is still, yeah, inside the fish and it's still on the fish. They just season with a little spice. And when you eat it, you know you're eating the sea. Beautiful, fresh, healthy. What Mother Nature gave. What is the problem? It's the lack of knowledge that's making Ghana perish on every front. It's not as a result of being broke. Ghana has gold. I'll give you another example. Ghana has gold. Yeah, who manages the gold? The English. Anglo Ashanti or Anglo gold. Anglo gold. Anglo means English. The English don't have land here, yet they've got a claim on Ghanaian gold. Out of colonization, a crime. It's the lack of knowledge that the people of Ghana fail to realize from knowledge that, hold on, Anglo gold alone is a crime. That these people came, impugned themselves on us as civilization. Do you know what civilization is? A group of people who have a writing system. When they came, we had a Dinkra, a writing system. We had 22 phonetic alphabets. We are phonicians, a writing system. They met us as a civilization and they impugned themselves onto us. And then now, yeah, although no Ghanaian king and no Ghanaian president can make a claim other than an embassy in England, England can make a claim on the most precious valuable that Ghanaians own. Gold. The value of all currency. So a country with no gold has managed to secure someone else's gold. And that person doesn't have the knowledge to tell that person, yo, Wagwanji. So for the lack of knowledge, because they have knowledge and they use knowledge to secure the gold, their people, even if they don't have a job, they will get minimum £300 a month. And if you're really good, yeah, you can manage and choose never to work. I know people like that. They sell a little bit of weed on the side and they get their £300 a month. They do exactly what it needs, what the system needs you to do in order for the system to give you the £300. And they sell a bit of weed on the side. Top up. And they live comfortable. For a country which doesn't have wealth on its soil, yeah, but yet they have accumulated enough wealth, yeah, to be able, yeah, to look after their poor. They have not. So what do they have? Knowledge. So Jesus Christ didn't say, for the lack of gold and for the lack of wealth, my people are perishing, so let me go and get them wealth and gold. No, he said, for the lack of knowledge, my people perish. So let me go and get them some knowledge to stop my people from perishing. What does Ghana need to do? Ghana needs to get a leader. Let me show you. A leader who understands the principles of building. Yeah? The leader who understands the principles of building. What are the principles of building? Bear with me 2 seconds. What are the principles of building? Because I'm saying Ghana needs to get itself a leader, yeah, who understands the principles of building. Now that leader, he needs to pick, or she needs to pick, fellow, his or her crew also need to understand, the principles of building. What are the principles of building? If you do not, have an understanding, of what I'm about to tell you next, then you do not even understand life. Let me tell you why. The principles of building is a double-edged sword. It's Pandora's box. When they talk about Pandora's box, I'm finally going to reveal Pandora's box to you. And we're going to open Pandora's box, and I'm going to physically show you what is inside Pandora's box. And why is Pandora's box a double-edged sword? Because, it is neither wicked, nor is it good. It is just what it is, a tool. Today I read somewhere someone said, the gun didn't kill that guy, the bullet did. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the bullet didn't kill that guy. The man who fired the gun, which let the bullet go, it was a decision that killed that guy. And that decision came from the person, who wielded the tool. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you see, Pandora's box is a double-edged sword. And when you open it, what you find inside it, what you do with it, depends on who you are, the heart you carry. So let me tell you, grab yourself, a Pandora's box. What is a Pandora's box? A good example of it will be called the Marshall set of mathematical instruments, classic and precision, super since 2009. Open it. Within it, you will find many things which are all missing in mine. But everything in here is a builder's tool. Carpenters need an understanding of everything in this box. Masons need an understanding of everything in this box. Doctors need an understanding of everything in this box, Pandora's box. Dr. Shipman, the murderer, he understood, but his heart, he chose to use the knowledge of Pandora's box to kill. Some chose to use it to heal. Why is this the most powerful tool a man can understand? We talk about Amun-Ra in Egypt every day. This box here was all Amun-Ra had to devise everything you call Egypt today. Everything you call Egypt is about the compass and the square, protractor. When you open your Marshall's set of mathematical instruments, the first thing you will encounter are two templates. Everything you need in this life is within this. The first template will have all your alphabets on there. Why? Because everything you need to understand once you have discovered knowledge has to be written down. That's what makes you a civilized human. the ability to communicate your thoughts and your findings to another logically. So your alphabet or your alpha, A to Z, is in there. You also have numerics. 1 to 9, the only numbers available. 0 is not a number on there. Why? Because as a builder of anything, you need calculations, you need measurements, you need a form of language on which you would communicate these calculations, these measurements for understanding. Whether you be a mason, a carpenter, a doctor, a nurse, a toilet maker, a toilet builder, a toilet carrier, weight. Once it goes past the red level, you have learned you're a toilet carrier, and you have learned if you make your toilet bowl go past a certain level, it becomes too heavy for your neck. Measurements to the smallest degrees. Template number 1 for building life, for building a civilization, a language. Well, the template is there to build your language. 2, you will see a template with shapes cut into it. Now, if you trace those shapes onto a paper, you will notice they're all the ancient chemistry sets, because the Egyptians, the word chemistry comes from a place called Kemet. It was the birthplace of chemistry, where the Egyptians mixed their potions and gained an understanding and knowledge of potion making. They gained an understanding of that which can heal you, that which can be used to control you, that which can be used to kill you. They gained understanding on all levels. Why? Because it is a tool to teach you everything. But what you do with everything that you know, that's the human nature. So to build life, the human being you're built, 4 elements had to come together: water, air, sun, and earth. Now understand, earlier on I spoke about glues. Have you ever thought, how does your body, keep earth, water, air, and sun to a tip to make one pyramid with 4 sides, like the Egyptians represented it? There has to be a glue. Something has to hold something to something, either nails or glue. In the case of life, in the case of the human, it's called laminin 111. Laminin 111. Chemistry. How does one get laminin 111? First, one has to do mathematics. One has to realize you're 20% earth, not 20% junk, but earth. What is earth? Every vegetation on the face of this planet is earth, 100%. But you're only 20%. So you are to locate the 20% of earth that is you. Put each one of the 20%, into, a distilling chemistry set. So let's say out of 100, you found your 20. So you have 20 pots waiting to distill. I'm showing you how we get laminin. Now you're 80% water, but water's 1. So you grab 80% water, you put it into a distilling pot, because you're going to distill it to its finest point. You grab air, the air you can't see. Amun-Ra, the god, he represented his name as a feather. Waves for water, little zigzags. A battery, 7 Ps. Sun. and a circle of a circle, earth and hollow earth. And then him sat there. Because he's the controller of the four elements that make up life, he's saying. He sat on the right-hand side. Jesus Christ said, when I go, I will sit on the right-hand side of the Father. But the Masons are saying the Father is already sat there. He's Amun-Ra. That's what they're saying. But watch this. And then you need to grab air that you can't see and distill air to its finest point. And then you need to grab the sun you can't touch and distill the sun to its finest point. Why are you doing this? Because all these elements that make up the human, individually, they're volatile. And in order to put four volatile things together, you need to neutralize them. You need to neutralize them. And the only way to neutralize something volatile is to get to its core. Its core would be to distill, that thing from fine to finer, until you get to the finest that you can't define no more. And then you will see that it has been rendered powerless, but all its qualities are in there. So to create life, the human, for example, all the 20 parts have to be distilled to individual laminin pots, and then all those are poured into one. This will be added, to the distillation of air, water, and sun. And then you have what you call laminin 111. You have life. Or let's say you have the pool of life. And from the pool of life, laminin 111, your body organs will be generated. Why? Because every single tissue on you has to be attached. And for something to be attached, it needs to be coated in the glue first. So within your mom's egg juice, is the finest distillation, not all the egg juice, at a certain point of it. You see it when the egg is really fresh. You see a little streak. Well, within that streak is the finest of life. The problem is, it's finer than air. And the doctors can't already tell you what air looks like. So they can't get to it. The minute you touch, where laminin is, that's it. It's gone in the air. Way dead. That's why they say epidural is so dangerous for the women. Why? Because they're going into your spinal column, where the last layers of distillation for the human body lives, where laminin 111 is produced and then pumped back out into the body. You can check all these. What I'm telling you is fact. Every tissue about you has to be coated in the glue of life, the glue that bonds the four elements. How do you get this glue? In your everyday doings, you have to eat the 20% of who you are. And then you have to top it up with the 80% of who you are, water. And then you have to top it up with the absolute that you are, air. And then you have to visit the sun for growth, photosynthesis, which adds the fire that creates the chemistry that eventually releases the enzyme and distills. Because your body is only, imagine, get a big glass beaker, put the raw stuff in there, do the contraptions, put another smaller beaker inside it. Do the contraption so it's distilled into that. Put another smaller beaker inside it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's how your body is designed. That is how your body is designed. A series of distillations. Your food will be distilled to the finest part to get the best out of it. And the best out of anything is laminin 111. Because anything that's not bonded is not alive. So the bonding glue, is literally the pool of life. Chemistry. And then you will find your protractors. You will find your compasses, compass and squares. You'll find your right angles, your 45 degree, your 60 degree, your 90 degree, your protractors, everything. Without an understanding of this, Pandora's box, anyone we put into place is only going to take. Because get this, you see me, even if I was corrupt, Ghanaians will still love me. Let me tell you why. Because I have an understanding of this. Yeah? I'll do it right the first time and chop my money there. But Ghanaians will be so happy. They won't care. They talk about affordable housing. Let me tell you something. They talk about they want to build affordable housing. You see the word affordable, yeah? They don't understand it because they don't have an understanding of this. How do you build affordable housing? They'll say, oh, we've got the contractors in and they're going to come and build affordable housing. You see, affordable housing doesn't necessarily mean, yeah, the houses are not as nice as expensive houses. No. Affordable housing, in order for you to actually build affordable housing, it means, yeah, you did one of the greatest exercises, yeah, that a man who's looking to create value for money should do, or a leader who's looking to create value for money should do, a management exercise. You want to build affordable housing for, let's say, 20,000 people. That's a lot of people. So, you need to get in, yeah, accountants, yeah, good, yeah, at managing finances. You need to get in, yeah, the right people for sourcing materials. Why? You need the right materials, yeah, that would last the test of time. But you need people who know how to negotiate for the prices to go down. So, you need masons. Yes. Ghanaian masons, they're not good. You will see the corners ain't cut sharp enough. They're not using the compass set. They're not using their rulers. Rulers rule by rule. Rulers rule by rule. They're not straight. They don't cut the corners right. They don't give you a perfect job. They do not understand how to use the trade tools, the builder's tools. They do not understand the Pandora's box. So, do you want to build affordable housing? So now, because you know your builders are shit, yeah, do you go and get in foreigners to come and build it? Because they understand. No, you don't. That's where you go and get, yeah, you go and get, listen, foreign teachers of the knowledge to come and you set up temporary schools. Because why? We have builders already. They know how to build, they're just not good. You can set up a temporary school for 1 year to train 1,000 builders to be accurate. But they will be trained to the blueprints of this affordable housing you want to build. By the time they have polished their skills for 1 year, they also know what that building is required to do. You only need to bring in one person with the knowledge. And that one person can give the knowledge. We can buy knowledge. We don't need to buy workforce. It's cheaper to buy knowledge than it is to buy workforce, because we have the workforce. It is not as a lack of workforce that we're dying. We have it. It's as a lack of knowledge. Knowledge. That's why we don't even use our own workforce. Ghana is not lacking in anything. But Ghana is lacking in the one thing they believe in the most: the understanding of the word of the Bible, the understanding of the word of Jesus Christ. For the lack of knowledge, my people perish. Well, if you don't have knowledge of how to build roads, your people will perish. If your people don't have farming knowledge, and they have to import everything from someone, when they're broke, they will perish. Yet the land is there. And they will be at the mercy of someone. Listen, Ghanaians eat 30,000 whatever pieces of chicken a day. The other day I'm watching a Chinese person shagging a chicken, a poultry farm chicken. Shagging it. Ghanaians are going to end up eating the coronavirus. And to think, doesn't Ghana have space? Ghana has space, but they don't have a collective union for chicken farmers. We can have individual poultry makers, but it has to be a collective union for chicken farmers where, get this, where a certain amount from each farm is guaranteed to be bought as long as it's produced under certain conditions. So a farmer with, let's say, 20,000 chickens, yeah, we need to have a collective union, yeah, that delivers a certain range of poultry, yeah, but healthy. Yeah, that makes sure that this union, yeah, will always take that amount from all the good farmers. And this, yeah, because it's this union, the distribution network will be created. That's Ghana's problem. They don't have a distribution network for what they produce. Do you know how hard it is, yeah, for farmers to get people to buy their foods, their crops? But if we had, yeah, a cooperative company, listen, a cooperative company owned by farmers, 50% of this company will be owned by farmers. It would mean, yeah, that you see these farmers, whatever crop they grow, 50% of the land, yeah, automatically they have designated to sell to their own company to produce a variety of products that will hit the nation nationally. But they also have 50% that they can sell, yeah, or they can try and barter and bargain with other, because we're not trying to kill the competition, but we're trying to make sure that our farmers, yeah, start lavishing in it by making sure that they can be guaranteed that their wastage is not going to be 50% of what they have. Because at the moment, that's what happens. So when the Accra lot go to the farmers, yeah, what do? They take everything for cheap. And the farmers are not benefiting. So Ghana is suffering. But if there was a distribution network, a cooperative, so the fishing, yeah, for example, same system, one that aims to deliver their fishes nationally, and then they can barter the 50% remaining. Rice industry, same system, one that aims, yeah, to guarantee 50% will go at this price, cooperative price, and we'll distribute it around the country, and the rest to the other country, to the other thing. This is not A government program. This is farmers coming together. I've got the system set up. You see, get this. My sister wants to come to Ghana, yeah, and make smoothies. Yeah, smoothies. But my sister's so creative. Yeah, she's a Thursday born. She's Ya Asantewa. Yeah, and she wants to make smoothies. But my sister sees loads of smoothie makers in Ghana. Yeah, loads of smoothie makers in Ghana. And I said, yeah, sis, don't worry about that. Do you know why? Because you see these smoothie makers, yeah, they're small-minded. Yeah, they don't go directly to the farms. Yeah, they haven't thought, yeah, to somehow, yeah, set up processing factories close to farm areas. And I said, sis, if we can guarantee farmers, yeah, a processing factory, yeah, in certain areas, that guarantees 50% of everything they grow, as long as they grow to a certain standard that we require, so they can designate their land. We say, these are our requirements for our 50%. You need to grow them under these conditions. Now, that determines the price we want to pay them for as well, and they want to take for it. It will be more, but we want to give quality to Ghanaians because we can afford it. So I told my sister, yeah, sis, we only need to come up with a business plan, yeah, that farmers will support, that farmers will invest in us well. Why? We get in the processing plan. Listen, we guarantee that this processing plant, owned 50% by the farmers, yeah, would take, as long as you're a cooperative member, would take 50%. Yeah, will take 50% of everything you grow. And get this, your money, yeah, your profits will come from sales figures. Will come from sales figures. So you will get your normal pay, yeah, for the amount of things, but it'll be bonus for sales figures. And I said, yeah, if the processing factories, yeah, were close to the farms would lose less. They will lose less. And because we're helping them lose less, the 50% remaining, now they can sell, because we still need fresh fruits on the market. They can sell to the fresh fruit vendors, but it will still be cheap, because they're getting good money for the one that's blending it to make smoothies. So the vendors, the fresh fruit vendors, yeah, that's cash, that's straight away. They're getting 50% cash in their hands, and the other one, yeah, they put it into their business and invest it in their business. They can afford to wait, and they can afford to start growing again. And I said, sis, forget them. When they come, they only think about their pockets. Yeah? Ghana doesn't need, yeah, smoothie makers. Ghana needs someone with the knowledge of smoothie making and how to get it, yeah, into our schools. Yeah, so every kid can have one at a price, which even a poor kid can have a smoothie. I said to myself, that's what Ghana needs. Ghana needs, yeah, a smoothie maker that gives them all the fruits in Ghana here for the right price. That's what Ghana needs, sis. And the only way you can achieve that, I told us, sis, yeah, is to get the farmers on your side. Is to guarantee the farmers that they will get 50% guarantee. And they own the cooperative. They own it. They own it. I said to my sister, you don't want to open a smoothie company, sis. You want to open Ghana's smoothie company. Yeah? One that guarantees harmony for farmers. One that guarantees even the poor gets looked at. Because get this, Ghana has enough fruits to feed us. Do you know what the problem is? I told my sister. This is the roads. It's the roads. Yeah? The roads. Because the farmers can't process their fruits. So they have to sell it to people that have to take it elsewhere to process it, and some there, some here, little bits, little here, there. The problem is, sometimes those people even risk losing it on their way. So those people take a huge risk, because it could be that their truck will get stuck in the mud, in the rain, get blown over by a pothole, anything, and their fruits could rot. So they take a huge risk. But get this, there is no worthy roads network system to guarantee fast delivery and fast transportation of anything in Ghana. Of anything in Ghana. You understand what I'm saying? Of anything in Ghana. Yeah, I told my sister, that get this. People still, get this. People still go and buy cows, from the market and come and kill them at home. And this means there's nothing wrong with that. But get this. Ghana has a central market for meat. It's the northern region. It's the northern region. But it's so disorganized that they have to put the live animals onto big trucks. And how many cows can you fit into a big truck? So can you now imagine transportation costs, this, that. And they don't have the right trailers and the right moving, and the roads, they're so bad, and the animals will look tired and dead. Everything's broken. So I told my sister, there's only one easy way around it. Listen, you go there. You go there. You speak to the farmers. You set up, the biggest meat processing factory in Ghana. Right there, live. Right there, live. And what do? You speak to the farmers who are willing to raise their cows, along with the neighbors, right? Not causing wars, this, that, bringing a system. You understand what I'm saying? Teach them how to grow hay. How, their lands, they keep leaving their animals to just go. Because because they don't know how to regenerate hay quick and good hay. Ghana has the land for this. Reserve food. Ghanaian animals don't have reserve food because we don't know how to sustain this. All this is by acquisition of knowledge. You see the meat, start puffering up nice, everything good. At the processing factory, Listen, Ghanaians have their own. Ghanaians are a bit different from Westerners, you know what I'm saying? In the West, we have certain meat cuts that we like, So at this processing factory, we know that Western people come here. We know they come here. So a part of our distribution network cuts the Western style. And then we cut the Ghanaian style. We package them into packages, different prices, different cuts. Some of them are mixed, as Ghanaians like them. Some of them are not. So you can buy them and mix them yourself. But if we do it there, the prices will be cheaper than your local butchers in Accra. If the roads were good, refrigerated cars. Listen, you don't bring them and put them in supermarkets for only the rich to buy. No. You know the factory is clean. You know the factory is worthy. You know the factory is nice. You can put them in any local market, even the corner market, as long as they got a freezer. That's what they do now. They get chicken from China, they put it in the freezer. When you come, they give it to you. If you want to pack, they give it to you. Well, Ghanaian meat packaged and labeled, so you know what parts. So we select it. What parts are in there? Different lines are building different parts, different selections. Package them right. Western style. The way we like it style. This is the North. Get them to do fresh kebabs right there. Pack it. Put it into the flipping truck, Deliver it to the fresh kebab stands on road. Neat kebabs. Instead, you're going to see cows in the market, and the market stinks, and this and that. The north stinks of cow shit, and then the cow shit has to come. It doesn't have to come here. It doesn't have to come here. They will kill cows in the north, yeah. They will kill cows in the north, and you see the hide, the skin. They will transport it all the way to Accra to be processed for Willie. There should be processing factories in the north, yeah, processing this. There's hard Willie, some people like it. There's medium soft, there's really soft, and there's melty. Process it into all these. Make some bags of all these. Make mixed bags of all these. Put them in the refrigerated vans and just deliver them around. The farmers, they will get their money. They will reinvest that money into the system that's coming. And next thing you know, everyone is lavishing in it. Why is Ghana perishing? For the lack of knowledge. But why won't Ghana's prayers ever be heard by God? Because in the same Bible it tells you, yeah, that God said, if you do not manage that which you have already been given, He, God, would not add to it. Until Ghanaians understand, yeah, the principles of building, we will never succeed. We will always be slaves to those who do. Our kings will be masons because they understand, but they will never teach them how to build. So they will only teach them how to keep Anglo gold alive. How not to dispute Anglo gold. But they will never teach them how to use Ghana gold to build Ghana. They will never teach them. They award them for nothing. They reward them for nothing. They appraise them for nothing. They appraised Kufuor for being a mason, and they made him top notch number one in Africa. How much of Ghana did he build? Ask yourself. Listen, I'm telling you, if I was president of Ghana, yeah, the first thing I'll do, yeah, in my first 4 years of term would be just two things. I'll use my knowledge of the Marshall set of mathematical instruments, classic and precision, Pandora's box. I will look at Kwame Nkrumah's plans for the roads, and I will apply my knowledge because that was his vision for those times. But we are now in the modern days. Cars are much bigger. Cars are heavier. Different types of cars, different types of roads. I will lay a fresh, transparent paper on top, and then I'll see if there are any changes to be made. I'll use my Pandora's box to keep that which is right and to change that which with the modern times need changing. And with that, I'm talking about the roads. I told you there are only two things I will do. The roads. How do you build roads? Let me tell you a secret. The road is not the asphalt on top. The road is the base underneath. Why? If you do not solidify the base underneath the asphalt, yeah, then get this. Rain will seep into it and will weaken it. So when heavy loads traffic on that particular road, it will crumble. If you do not solidify, yeah, the base, the asphalt on top that looks beautiful eventually will sink into the cracks within the earth, creating potholes. Ghana has potholes everywhere. That would indicate that the road builders have no knowledge of how to build potless roads or potless hole roads. Everywhere you go, potholes. Everywhere you go, potholes. Everywhere you go, manholes. But they keep getting contracts to keep creating these roads, these knowledgeless roads that keep taking innocent lives. For the lack of knowledge, Ghanaians perish. The second thing I would do, is I'll take Ghana out of the Human Rights Convention. Because you see, the Human Rights Convention, it's an excuse for the West, to always drag Africa, through the right channel. So when Africa commits a crime, they're dragged through the right channel. They say, we have to stick by the law, you have to stick by the law. But when they want, they can chuck it. Gaddafi had human rights. When they needed him out, they chucked it. And no one's gone to prison for it. Saddam had human rights. When they needed, wherever they needed, they chucked the human rights. Now look at the people. The same people that were wanting Saddam out, want him back. Because look at what they've got now. Kwame Nkrumah wanted to lead his country and make his country and his people, stand straight on their spine. They murdered him. They admitted it. And our leaders haven't taken them to court on it. And no one has been sanctioned for it. The other day, a Chinese person grabbed a Kenyan and caned him for being late. Welcome to Africa. For the lack of knowledge, we perish. Welcome to Ghana. We're 2020. 2020. We have left. Listen, today's date is the 22nd of the 2nd, 2020. 2020. The day is Saturday. In Hebrew Iconology T99 tree, if the soul is born to a male on Saturday, like my son, it's Kwame. If the male is born to a female, like Celine Dion, my friend Amma, and many, many more, it's Amma. And the characteristics of the Saturday soul is the ancient wise one. The ancient wise one. In other words, if you translated that into tree, you will say Tete Nyansa. Tete Nyansa. Ancient wisdom. My people are builders who do not understand the principles of building. They choose leaders who do not understand the principles of building and only understand the principles of corruption. You see, the principles of building automatically teaches you the principles of corruption. But one who knows the principles of building and has automatically learned the principles of corruption, when this person commits corruption, you won't spot it because what you wanted done is done. I'll give you a clue. You see the British people, yeah? They want roads, they got roads. They want roads, they got good roads. So, they've got people with good principles of building. But these same people are corrupt. Boris Johnson, Theresa May. So how do they get away with their corruption? It's simple. For example, Theresa May, got into power and she wanted to do something corrupt. So she made laws that allowed private investors to buy prisons. So she transferred prisons into the hands of private investors, but by law. By law. Now, once that was done, this is what she done. She then reduced, the police presence, especially in the urban neighborhoods where the police presence was needed most because of poverty and crime-ridden sufferization, let's say. And in no time, she guaranteed her husband, who was one of the biggest investors, G4S, rolling cash from the taxpayer. Why? It is the taxpayer who still pays for the prisons, but now they're paying a private individual. So she opened, the pot that is kept, for rehabilitating citizens who have fallen short of the law. She opened it to her own benefit, to her husband and the Tory party. Why? Because they were amounting money. She knows how to use Pandora's box. So she gave them. Yes, we will come and listen. She took the police off, so crime went up. And then she said, oh, don't worry, we will come and get them off the street for you. But you will pay. And you will never have a problem with it. Why? Because now, if they let him out, you're scared. You're happy he's there. You're happy she's there. She holds a gun to your head now. But get this. No one goes into a private venture to not make money. When the prisons were in the hands of the government, they were non-profitable organizations. So what did that mean? It meant, you see, prison officers, they had a really good job. Because it was non-profitable, the pot was big. So the prison officers got a really good job. One, they were really well trained. Two, they were looking to invest because it was to straighten out the people of the country. So the aim was not to make profit. The aim was to take the person in and put the person back out, reform. But that's when the company belonged to the government and the government was not making any money out of it. But when the money situation came into in the private hands, what do you think happened now? It became profitable to incriminate the youth. Because that's exactly how a prison, which relies on profit, makes profit. Through inmates always being in their cells. And then the checks from the Home Office will keep flooding in. And how do you do that? You position the right person to take away the one thing that stops that from happening and allow it to happen. Pandora's box. It depends who's wielding it. if you don't manage that which you have been given, you will lose everything. Ghanaians are not professional. You give them a job and they steal from you. Ghanaians are not professional. They can't follow instruction. You say 8 o'clock, they turn up at 8:30, and they still got excuses. They don't do it once, they don't do it twice. They mess up once, you tell them, yeah, and they frown their face like it's personal. Because you have a business, they look at you as a rich person. Ghanaians do not understand the principles of building a nation. They do not even understand the principles of conning people. So you see Ghanaian politicians, they don't do it secretly. They just take. They just take. Like a constituency stood up and said, we told our MP not to even come and pay for the right fees. We put money together and paid for him to get another 4 years. Why? Because a few were well paid. Because get this, I live in this constituency. Potholes everywhere. So what are they so happy about? Listen, I live in Tema. Yeah? Tema Municipal West Assembly. Tema is the heartbeat of Ghana. Let me tell you why. It's got the biggest port. Everything we trade, yeah, 99% of it comes to Tema. Everything we take out, 99% of it goes out of Tema. So you see, if I was the MP for Tema, yeah, I'll go and seek teachers who know how to build roads, because I recognize, unlike most, the heaviest of the traffic, the container carrying load, yeah, the this, the that, they will be continuously leaving all different directions from my constituency. Therefore, I'll be fighting, yeah, for road with bases that are solid, that are right. Go to Sakumono, yeah, the beach road, yeah, right next to the pool. Potholes. Listen, they're so big that container lorries are having to dodge. The other day, my Uncle Robert, yeah, he was driving, yeah, and he's not used because he's from America. You understand what I'm saying? He's from America. He's come here with a company called Eco Roads to build sustainable roads in Ghana. They're ignoring him. He was driving, yeah, boom! His car in a ditch on Sakumono. His tire went flying. This is a road, yeah, massive road, yeah, that carries all the weight of Ghana's import and export. Go and see it. It's a double carriage that doesn't feel like a double carriage. Why? It's mad. It's fucked. It's fucked. But all money, Tema, you see Tema should be rich. The whole of Ghana should understand that Tema should get more. Why? Because if Tema's roads, yeah, are fixed, yeah, they will get what they want to do their business fast. If Tema's roads, yeah, are getting the lorries out, they will get what they want to do their things fast. If the railroad from Tema is fixed and we start using goods trains will relieve the road, will relieve it from pressure. But the train, goods trains, yeah, at night, they're unstoppable. You make sure that the country knows that come 12 o'clock midnight, yeah, listen, stay away from the tracks, innit? Them goods are getting to Tamale in less than 12 hours. People were waiting. My sister was happy, yeah. She was talking about the smoothie company. She said, "Oh, Ghana's going to look so beautiful." Guess what? And I said, "What?" And she said, "I read somewhere that they're bringing you know those trains in the skies, bruv." And I said, "Yeah, you mean what you call it?" And there's not them ones, because I thought that she was talking about the ones. They're like sky hangers, you get me? They're not really trains. And she said, no. The actual trains that are in the sky. And I said, "Listen, sis, yeah, don't even listen to them. They're chatting shit." And she said, "Why?" And get this. You see the things on the ground? They haven't managed to secure them to the ground. And now they're talking about putting things in the sky. Sis, if you come here, go. I'm not coming. She broke down and started laughing her head off. They're chatting shit. They're chatting shit. My name is Kojo. I'm the Monday born. I came to see my daughter Ifia and my son Kwame to have a sit down and talk about their futures. They want to be proud of Ghana. They want to be proud to say, "I'm from Ghana." But no one wants to be associated with death. No one wants to be associated with stupidity. So they called me and sat me down today. My name is Kojo. It means I'm the Monday born. My soul's characteristics is Bajo, the calm and peaceful child, the calm and peaceful seed. I'm Uvefia, the Friday female soul, creative, adventurous, and innovative. And Kwame, the Saturday male soul, my son, ancient wise one. In Hebrew, I can acknowledge T993, as in Egyptology, as in Grecian, and as in Freemason. 7 is the number of God. 7 is the number of perfection. There are 7 days in a week. And Saturday in the Hebrew calendar, as in Achanology, Egyptology, Grecian, and Freemason, is the 7th day. Today is the day of perfection. Today is the day of ancient wisdom. Today is the day of Tete Nyansa Sankofa. For the lack of knowledge, my people perish.
Xylophone music.
Smoky beat, let's go.
Vuni pia mese wasam ya mobo. Ankuna mese wadye ya mobo. Iwia se kraba ini. Ahuche bebrebe. Ifana yefe. You know he be one day. Everybody be a quino, be a quine. Be a quino, be a quine. Everybody be a quino, be a quine. A quine, be a quine. Everybody be a quino, be a quine. Be a quino, be a quine. Everybody be a quino, be a quine. Time no day, Mr. Time and look Abera bona koye den your jeff on a wine. Wuni jeta nothing the move we ya den consider Wunya yana wote trasa koso boto munye krache Uye mwanga we be a boutique be so many branches Eradi be a quino na so many people they wonder Yenim say she ran am a quine so ye mushi Stevie Wonder Everybody be a guino. There's so many people that wonder, Onyami ye tranuo. A brabo ni mwa ye din fise. Oni biya me se wasem ye mopo, Ankuna me se wadia ye mopo, If ya si kraba inie, Ahuche bebrebe, Ifana ye fe. No, he be one day. Everybody be a quino, be a quine, be a quino, be a quine. Everybody be a quino, be a quine, a quino, be a quine. Everybody be a quino, be a quine, be a quino, be a quine. Everybody be a quino, be a quine. Time no day, Mr. Time and look up, my quan be everything and I'm a bresso. Ye di besi enemre so oya di ma kwan bi obeche manu aso bi aso onua e bia wo de nam kwan so oya di Baba we dey wait you Baba we dey wait you make you sure we say you there run no sure we say you know dollo my who will crack your powers. Retire city, my need dollars. Now, Nami, yeah, Tranuo. Or brand new, why, didn't say. Me say wasam ya mopo Anguna me say wadia ya mopo If ya see kraba inie Ahuche bebrebe Ifana ye fe You know he be one day Everybody be a quino, be a quine, be a quino, be a quine. Everybody ya quino, be a quine, a quino. Everybody be a quino, be a quine, be a quino, be a quine. Everybody be a quino, be a quine. Time no day, Mr. Time and look